that was a rough one. This deck has not gone the way I would like it to. What's going on, guys? If you want to support our content and pick up this month's amazing Patreon rewards, you can do so at patreon.com/itresolves. If you're interested in custom playmats and sleeves, visit yourplaymat.com and use code ITRESOLVES10YP for 10% off your entire purchase. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another standard gameplay video. Before we jump into today's deck, I do want to remind you, we do have our giveaway for Streets of New Capenna going on right now. I know we're really early on that, so please do keep that in mind, but we wanted to give you guys as much time as possible to enter that giveaway. We've got plenty of options for you to enter. Subscribing is one of those, so I do encourage you to do that. There are also some bonus giveaway entry opportunities for Patreon members as well as members of our YouTube channel. So if you would like to join, there is a little join button down below. Great way to support the channel, but I will put a card up above or a link down below to our website that you can go and check out all the details. But let's talk about today's deck, guys. We got Mono Black Aggro today. Now, this is heavily based off of Hello Good Games list. That was kind of the starting point for this one. However, I have changed quite a number of things, and so we'll talk about some of those changes. But as you'll notice, this has a lot of similarities between some of the control Mono Black lists, which is kind of interesting, and that the starting point is very similar with the Eyetwitch and the Shambling Ghast. We do not have Deadly Disputes in this deck. These are really just here so we can ninjutsu out some of our other things, which we'll kind of get to, but generally you see these used as, you know, fodder for something like a Deadly Dispute or Village Rites or whatever. But in this case, we're using them with things like the Silencer. We've got the Biting Palm Ninja. We even have a Nashi, which is like my favorite Mono Black card. And all of these are hopefully going to be able to get in particular with that Eyetwitch to give us a little bit more tech. This allowing us to destroy creatures or planeswalkers. Biting Palm Ninja allows us to get cards out of hand. And then, of course, Nashi actually steals stuff. So very, very good. At the top end of this list, we've got a couple of different things. So Henrika Domnathi is one of the best like 4-drop black cards, in my opinion. For a number of reasons. It does everything a mono black card should do. It gives you a way to make the opponent sacrifice a creature, as well as ourselves, but definitely sacrifices creatures, draws you a card and loses you a life, but then it also transforms into a big flying death touch life linking menace thing. Not literal menace, just it's a menace. And it's very, very powerful, and so I'm very excited to see if we can get this one going. We do have Invoke Despair, which was not in Hello Good Games list, and it's much more of a control card, let me be clear. But what I think this does really well in the deck is give us that really, really awesome, not just top deck opportunity, but refillability. Refill? It refills our hand, theoretically. Obviously, the idea is that we're going to hit either, you know, a creature, a planeswalker, an enchantment, or any combination of those three things. However, if we don't, we actually get to draw a card. And that's kind of the key behind this, is even if we only hit one or two things, we still get something off of this that allows us to draw some cards and then hopefully forward our own game plan. So very powerful card, and one that I'm happy to see here. It is a little expensive for an aggro deck. It's also not a creature, but I do think it has very good merit here. We've got Agadeem's Awakening for a little bit of recursion. The Skyclave Shade also gives us that. Life of Toshiro Umezawa is a really nice card because long term it helps us ramp into that Invoke Despair, but it also deals with stuff pretty early on. So in testing, I found it against like a zombies list. I was able to get the champion off the board before it could get counters on it and things like that. So very good. Feed the Swarm deals with enchantments and creatures, which is what the Invoke Despair doesn't do, does do, but a lot of our other removal does not, in particular the Hagra Mauling. This just hits everything that we need it to. Enchantments are so big right now. Sagas are really big. Being able to just get it off the field before it flips is really nice. Warlock Class is also here. This is going to hopefully stack damage long term. Only as a 2-of because it is so expensive to get to level 3. However, it is a very nice way to kind of add some damage to the board and hopefully finish the game a little bit quicker. So we'll see how this goes. Again, guys, I'm not saying this is going to be a better deck or anything close to as good as Hello Good Games list, but I did want to kind of invoke a little bit, Nice. Inject a little bit of my own spice into this list, and in particular with that Invoke Despair, I think we've kind of done that. So we'll see how it goes. I should also mention we do have the full lesson sideboard that we'll look at, but all in all, I think this is going to be a fun one, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into game one. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, here we are for game number one, and this is actually a pretty aggressive hand. We've got the Eyetwitch, we've got the Shade, and we have the Nashi. I'm going to keep this. We'll see how it goes. We definitely need a couple extra lands here, but we're very heavy on the Shades, which is kind of interesting because, you know, obviously they get in for an attack and then probably die relatively quickly, but that's actually kind of okay. If they do, we've got ways around it. Looks like this is going to be zombies, which is terrifying, but we'll see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and attack in for one and just play the Shade here, I think. We could have played an Eyetwitch, but I'd rather be a little bit more deliberate with our mana and make sure we're using it all. Now, crucially, we cannot block. That's a little important here. Looks like they're willing to block, which is interesting. So let's attack in. Okay. Yep. So they're going to return a creature. Looks like just the Undead Butler. Is that what they're... Yeah. That's fine. I will play another Shade. We really want lands here, and unfortunately we don't have them. This is the downside of any aggro deck, of course, is that lands are always going to be a problem. Not always, but you know what I mean. They're very important to us, and we just don't have them. And that's a little unfortunate, but that's cool. Okay, well, that is a land. That's helpful. So we can cast this turn if we would like. I think what we're gonna do is attack in here. Obviously they're just gonna block with the Undead Butler again. That's fine. But what we get to do is ninjutsu out the Biting Palm Ninja, which does give us an opportunity to take a card out of hand here, which I think we will do. If they have a Necro Duality in hand or something along those lines, I want to get it out of there as quickly as we can. This triggers twice, which is very good. But... Okay. So we are going to take this action again. Let's see what we get. Invoke Despair is a card I would really like to get to, but truthfully, it's not as high priority here. Okay. I think we take that Undead Butler out of there. I think at this point, that's the most annoying card because it just cycles through itself. We'll see. Okay. There's that Shambling Ghast, and there is the Arch School of Thraben. Very good card, and certainly one that we are going to have to figure out how to deal with here. But all right, land is good. I will happily take a land. So this does give us the opportunity to play both Shades if we would like to, but I think first things first, I'm actually going to attack in here. Top cover, realize zombie cover, reveal it, put it into your hand. Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. Now, obviously, they get 2 triggers off of this if they go for it. Looks like they're just going to block with the Shambling Ghast. So does that trigger this twice then? Yes, it does. Okay, so they could double up and kill this. That's fine. Annoying, sure, but fine. I think crucially we just have to keep getting stuff off the field as best we can. Oh, they just went for the treasure tokens. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we just set up as best we can for the Nashi play. I think that's just probably the right call. So we go ahead and play both Eyetwitches, and I will go ahead and play a Shade from the graveyard here just to get as much out as we can. And then there we go. We'll see what happens. That's kind of an interesting game, actually. We are going to really want to deal with that Champion of the Perished at some point here, but unfortunately we've just not been able to at this point. We do have things in our sideboard, of course, that'll help us do that, but I think we just block with a single Eyetwitch. Take a hit, sure, but this gives us opportunities to pull something here from the graveyard, which I think it just has to be the Necrotic Fumes. It, again, gives us an opportunity to deal with some stuff. These all, like, stack up very, very well, which is a little bit of a problem for us. So now we do have Invoke Despair as an option for us, if we would like it. Truthfully, they just kill a Thraben, though, and it's kind of not that big of a deal for them. Let's see. What's the right play here? So we can play the Shade plus Necrotic Fumes. Maybe that's the play. For now. So we killed this, sacking this. We kind of just have to kill this champion. They get to sack it in response if they want, but I just think we kind of have to deal with it. It's 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. Whew. Yeah, see, this is the problem. They just have so much power out of this. Did they just... Oh, okay. I mean, we can attack with the Shade, but that's all we can really do. We really need to leave these up as blockers, I think. I'm curious to see how this ends up going. There's Necro. We knew that was going to be happening, so that's a little terrifying. But we do have the Invoke Despair to deal with it, which is actually kind of helpful. They get 2 Shambling Ghast. The problem is now at this point, they just can kind of annihilate us. And there's not a lot we can do about it, so we have to block one of these. I guess we could have blocked 2, but... Wow, so good! Yeah, I mean, we're pretty dead here, truthfully. They're doing a good job of milling themselves out, actually. They're over halfway through their deck, and we're not even close. I mean, we Invoke Despair, but it's not good enough. We're definitely going to take a massive hit here, and yeah, we just die. Yeah, we're super dead. I'm gonna go ahead and concede, guys. Let's jump into game number 2. All right, guys, here we are for game number 2, and yeah, this is a pretty interesting keep, but I definitely think we do. This is kind of funny because we just have so many little guys, but this Life of Umezawa might actually be very helpful because we can... I'm not going to be able to this time, but it's kind of hoping we'd be able to get rid of something here. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I think first things first, we're going to attack in for 1. And I think we actually play Shambling Ghast and... I think Eyetwitch. I'm gonna go for these 2. This Life of Umezawa might come in handy at some point, but I'd like to save it for a chance where we know we can do something with it. They probably just kill Shambling Ghast here. No? Okay. Interesting. Well, in that case, we're just gonna attack with everything. I guess we could have played this first, but this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so they're just gonna sack it. That's fine. So we could have definitely dealt some extra damage here. That would have been helpful. That was a bit of a misplay on my end, but I think we'll just wait and see what happens. Again, I kind of want to see if we can kill some stuff with this. Probably best to just be aggressive, but that's okay. All right, well, they definitely got us there. Fully expected it, of course, at some point that they were going to be able to deal with our entire board. So the good news is every time something dies, we get stuff in response. So we're actually ramping ourselves quite well here. I think we take Environmental Sciences, and weirdly, I think it's Mascot Exhibition. We have got a lot of mana all of a sudden, so let's go ahead and Environmental Sciences. Let's get a regular Swamp here. So we could actually play that Awakening, although we really only get a single thing here. So I'm just gonna play this out tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn we can just play the Mascot Exhibition, which is really good. We'll see how this actually goes though. So blood tokens. Okay. Nice. Ooh, that's very good too. But I think we definitely just go for the Mascot Exhibition. Let's go big plays and see how this goes. Yeah. I mean, sure, they could have another Mascot Exhibition. They can have, I'm sure, plenty of stuff. But I feel like this is just the most powerful play. We also, with the Henrika Domnathi, if we need to, we can throw that out, make him sack a creature. Like, we've got things we can do now. The Life of Umezawa is also going to be able to deal with this Epicure if we need it to. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they really helped ramp us. They could... Yeah, they've got Meat Hook for 2. Interesting. I kind of would have thought they would have gone for the full 4, but maybe they're just saving their mana, or they've just got like a shock. In which case, yeah, they get to save that treasure token. That makes sense. I can understand that. Well, with that in mind, I think we just go this route. And the question is, do we flip or do we draw? I think we just draw. I think at this point, since we can't attack in with her anyway, the draw is more important. I feel like we need to save that Hagra Mauling. I might be wrong, but I do expect there has to be some kind of big finishing creature in this list. And so I do think it's nice to have that removal. The Feed the Swarm is also nice because we can just use it to kill one of these guys. Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, it's super solid. Walth is great. How do we want to do this? So we can kill one of these. That's fine. Let's see. How do we want to go about this one? So I'm gonna play this. Not positive we're doing this in the right order here, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do this. We're gonna just give -1 to something. Oh, we're dumb. We could have just... I'm so stupid. What we could have done is just played both of these and killed them. Duh. So silly. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I'm gonna transform. I think that's the right play, and then we just get a free attack in here on the lull. They obviously just block, but like we gain the life and regardless, which is kind of the important part here. They get to throw a counter on this for sure, but like if they want to put those spiders out, they're gonna have to kill Lolth to do it. And so that was, I think, the right play. We really could have just doubled up on the life. That was a mistake. If we had done that, then immediately we could have killed Lolth, and then we would have been in much better shape. This was thrown out because I was actually expecting to go for the each player stacks a creature mentality. But that was just kind of a misplay. All right. Sure. Very annoying that they just have a million meat hooks, but it is what it is. All right. Sure. Nashi. So I think we do this so we can play... Yeah, so we do this. We throw the second one out here. That'll kill it. They do get a counter on Lolth doing this, but I think then we just drop Nashi and go for it. You know, there's some things I'm realizing as we're playing this deck that we'll talk about as we get to the wrap up here, but basically this doesn't play like a good aggro deck, and I think that's because of my changes to the deck. Let me be very clear. However, I just think there are better aggro decks out there. I mean, truth be told. Nice. That's very good. We definitely are... Well, we can't kill that with Feed the Swarm. That's going to be interesting. So this is gonna flip, which is nice. We're gonna take 2 of these little guys. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've got a heck of a board right now, and it's just a bunch of little stuff, but it's stuff that we can't really easily deal with. Let's view battlefield really quick. All right. Let's take out one of these guys. Yeah. Okay. We'll play land. So we can do a couple of things here. It's not great stuff though. That's kind of the sad part. Think we kill this? Yes, I know. All right. Think we attack here. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah. I don't know. We're not playing this super well, I don't think, but also we just we're not getting the tools we need to deal with it. So I think that's a good bit of the problem right now. Let's not auto pass. Let's full control actually. Yeah. It's kind of an annoying game because we're not, I mean, they're definitely winning, but like not a lot's happening. Another feed this one. I have no clue what the right play is. I'll be honest. I don't know, dude. We got to do something, but like they're going to be able to trade some stuff off here. We've got the Hagra Mauling as a blocker. Really? I don't know. They're just like sacrificing and then endlessly repeating this. I don't think we have a draw in our deck that would solve this problem. I just don't think we do. Yeah, I mean, they just have so much stuff. Like, what are we... Ugh. And that Lolth is, like, just gonna constantly be able to throw tokens at us, and then they're just pinging us to death. I mean, that's all this is. I'm gonna kill this Meat Hook Massacre. Kind of annoyed by it. Yep, we take 2. It's fine. Oh, man. I don't think we can get this one. I just don't think we've got it. They've got so many of these little, like, pingers. It's so frustrating. Okay. We need, like, our own Meat Hook Massacre. Like, a Meat Hook for 1 right now would just be amazing, but they just get so many things. Look at this. Yeah. Just gonna attack in now. Yep. Down to 2. I'm gonna concede. All right, guys. Let's shoot for a game 3. We'll see if we can get a full one in. That was a rough one. This deck has not gone the way I would like it to, but that's okay. Let's jump to game 3. All right, guys, here we are for game 3. Let's hope for a little bit of a better play this time. This is a good keep. We do need a couple lands, but we have the Hagra Mauling as a backup plan if we need it. I'm gonna actually lead on the Shambling Ghast. In a hand without as many lands as we'd probably like, since we know we're trying to get to 4 or 5. I think I like leading with that Shambling Ghast first. And we'll see what they're actually up to here. I have no clue. It could just be control, which is gonna be a problem for us, obviously. Well, I think first things first, we're gonna attack and probably play the Shade. I don't think I go for the Life of Umezawa here. Yeah, I think we'll just attack in and then play that Shade. The Shade's so nice because later on we can just get it back. So like, it doesn't feel bad if they sweep with the Shade on the field, we'd get something out of it. If they sweep with Shambling Ghast, we also get something out of it. So we're kind of setting ourselves up for a little bit of ramp, a little bit of long-term play. What? That's not what I expected. Well, Life of Umezawa just takes care of that, which is great. Part of me now really wants to keep this, but I think we have to throw this out there. Yeah, we just do this. -1 there. I mean, that's easy. Anything we can kill with the Life of Umezawa just seems like the right thing to do. Just because it doesn't hit very many things, it's really nice to be able to at least kill something. So I'll take it. Yeah, they drew a card, but they didn't kill any of our stuff, and we got a good attack in. So disenchant main deck. That makes sense in this meta, honestly. I'm not upset by that. That makes sense. This is a weird deck we're up against here. I'm very curious as to what the goal is with this deck. Beautiful deserted beach. Look at that. Invoke Despair. Okay. Well, I mean, we attack. Honestly, part of me just wants to throw out all of our 1-drops so we can, like, if they do sweep, we just have so much we can do. But we'll see. We get 2 treasure tokens. We get 2 lesson or learn triggers. All of that seems great. Opponent being very methodical. By the way, this, I assume, is their email if you guys want to be like, hey, how's it going? Probably shouldn't advertise that, but it's just there, so I didn't really do it. It's just chilling. All right, we're just gonna start throwing stuff out. Throwing the Shambling Ghast out first, solely because if they have like a Jwari Disruption or something along those lines, I'd like this to stick because we get the treasure token if it dies, and that gets us to Invoke Despair mana, which will either draw us cards or do some damage on the opponent's side of the field. So I'm running this out first, and then I'll run out the Eyetwitches. If they have Jwari Disruption and they disrupt an Eyetwitch, it's not the end of the world. And we'll still get 1 out regardless. So opponent is really thinking about this Shambling Ghast. All right, there we go. We did it. Let's go ahead and throw this out. Opponent really thinking again. This is hilarious. They used a timeout on an Eyetwitch. Well, guys, good time to remind you. We do have a giveaway going on right now. I know I mentioned it at the top of the video. We do giveaways a lot here on the channel. It's a really nice way for us to be able to give back to people, and it's fun. It's a great way to hopefully support the community and do something nice for somebody. And to do that, all you got to do is subscribe. There are other ways to enter, as I mentioned. So I do encourage you to check out the full video or the full article over on our website. But lots of opportunity for you guys to enter that giveaway. And truthfully, I just want to say, separate of the giveaway, a huge thank you, massive thank you to everybody, because even if you're only here for the giveaway, no matter what you're here for, it means so much to me that you guys are here, and the support that we have received on the latest videos, everything we've been doing, is just astronomical. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I just can't thank you all enough. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate that. Definitely just gonna attack in with everything. yeah, guys, you're amazing. That's all this amounts to. You're absolutely amazing, and it certainly means a lot to have everybody here, and being a part of this this little community that we are in is pretty phenomenal. So I'm gonna ninjutsu this out just to deal as much damage as we can. Yep. And then we can just play the Shambling Ghast. We'll decline. All right. Kind of in the same position we were last time. I don't really know what they're... Whenever one or more creatures you control with fire. Okay. So they're not going to draw a card this time. Cool. That's a great card. I would love a land. An untapped land would just do wonders. We could get rid of this. We could get rid of this. Whatever this mana is representing. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. I don't really... This just looks like flying tribal. And I think it is, because they're playing weird cards. I mean, it's cool. I'm into it, but... Ooh, not the land I was hoping for, but we do just get to kill this. So, yeah. All right, we did it. I mean, this is just a weird deck that we're against. If we win this, which it looks like we might, that's the only reason we get to win, is because this is an odd deck. But I'll take it. I will gladly take it. Yeah, guys, the community has been so welcoming for us in the last few months that it really does mean a lot. And we've obviously tried to pump out a lot more content than we used to. Hitting gameplay every single day, building up the Instagram, the Twitter, like all of those platforms for us have just been phenomenal. And again, you guys have really done a number on making sure we get to do some really cool and fun stuff. And so I just can't thank you enough. It really does mean a lot to me, guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do mean that. And I hope you enjoy the content. I think more than anything else, I just want to make sure that we're putting out content that people enjoy and that's fun. You know, we have a different strategy here on YouTube, in particular on YouTube, than probably most content creators in the Magic space, which is to try a new deck every day. Try something different, see the diversity that's out there, play the jank decks, play the competitive decks, play everything that we can. And I know the downside to that strategy is that I don't play perfectly a lot of the time because I'm playing a deck for the first time every time, for the most part. Sometimes I test prior, but for the most part, I'm playing a deck for the first time every single day. And so the experience isn't of somebody who is really good at playing this particular deck. The experience is of somebody who is learning a deck and trying it out and hopefully finding some things they like and probably finding some things they don't like along the way. But I think that experience is a very common experience for the average Magic player, which is why I like that view more than the, like, I'm gonna try and be competitive, I'm gonna try and get mythic. Like, all that stuff is great, and there are channels out there for that are phenomenal, so please do check them out. But for me, that's not my experience, and that's why we do the channel the way we do. And so just a little insight into that. But guys, we finished game 3. Let's talk about this deck really quick. All right, so as I just got done saying, this was the first round test of this deck, and I'll be honest, it wasn't that good. I think Hello Good Game's base list is the way to go. Again, I'll link him down below, guys, just to make sure that he's given credit for the base list, even though this is my own version of it. I think what I threw into the deck did not help the direction of aggro. It felt more like a mid-range style deck with not a lot of substance. And so this is just on me that I think this deck isn't very good. The version that I created. However, we did get a win, which is nice. However, it was against a really silly deck that wasn't exactly all that good. So all that to say, it was still a fun time to play it, and it was a good learning experience. But I think that's, again, part of the channel here is that we try different stuff and it doesn't always work. And I think today is one of those days, and that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you did. Please make sure, guys, subscribe, like, comment the video, comment on the video down below, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a silly one, but hopefully you guys had some fun along the way. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all very, very much. Have a great day. I'll see you again very soon.